Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're doing fine today. I'm doing pretty good myself. Now this video is a video I thought was getting to be a little bit overdue, and it is a guide on how to, well, a small guide on how golems operate and how you can use them in your world. Now these are the Thaumcraft 3 golems, and they come in 6 different varieties now. You have the straw golem, the wood golem, the clay and stone golems, the tallow, that is 5, right? Yes. And iron, 6. The straw golem is suitable only for farming purposes. The wood golem will pick up items and store them in chests. The clay golems will keep a chest full of supplies, and the stone golems will take supplies out of a chest. The tallow golems will help you operate your alchemical equipment, and the iron golems are basically a mini version of the normal Minecraft iron golems. They will attack enemies for you. Alright, let's start off with the straw golems. Now, your basic straw golem does farming in a very simple way. I didn't have these stocked with seeds because I didn't want them working before I got started. Anyway, your straw golem will go ahead and uproot all crops in its area of operation. But for some reason he's not moving. There you go. Now unfortunately that leaves you with an empty field. You can craft him with an intelligence core, however, and he will learn... Ooh, that's a little bit loud. It's probably just loud on my end. Anyway, he learns how to replant the crops that he harvests, making him a lot more functional. However, none of them have the brains to store them in chests. That's where combination of straw golems and wooden golems comes into play if you want to automate a farm. Simply get a smart straw golem to harvest the crops, and a wood golem to collect the crops. Now there are 5 different cores you can craft a golem with, and it works on their basic recipe. No, that's not what I wanted. Here. You have the basic golem animation core, which just allows you to create a golem naturally. And every golem recipe is a little bit different. The wood golem, you have great wood logs and, well, one of the 5 animation cores. The straw ones, you use straw, of course. Stone is stone brick. Clay, you use bricks. And tallow, you use tallow, which you can get tallow with the crucible. That's a basic recipe, and I will not be covering that in this video. I will, however, be releasing several other videos on how to operate within Thaumcraft 3. Anyway, continuing on, we have the basic animation core, the perceptive animation core, the fast animation core, strength animation core, and intelligence animation core. Each one of these grants your golems different abilities. The basic one just allows for basic functions. With the wood golem, not really much of anything other than go pick up items and bring them back here. The perception core increases your golem's operational range by 50%. Now, normally the golem's operation range is about 9 to 10 blocks. With the perception core, that range is increased to 16. Or 14, not 16. My mistake. The speed animation core pretty much gives them a small speed boost, which allows you for faster operations. The strength core allows them to carry more items, which also allows for faster operations, or a more measured amount of materials. And the intelligence core allows for, well, basically allows them to go for specific items in particular. I got a little setup here which shows the golems actually in action. And see, the speed one gets to their objects first, while the perception one can go farther away. And I forgot to turn this onto a loop. There. That way we can't break it again. Oops, I picked that up. Alright, so naturally the golems will go for anything that's dropped on the ground. Whether it be bricks, crops, mob drops, you name it, they'll go for it. Now with the intelligence core, you can see that he's ignoring the fact that there's iron ingots there, because he's trying to go for bricks. If I were to drop bricks in his area, he would happily go pick them up. Alright, we can break this now. Alright, let's move on from wood golems to clay and stone. Now, clay and stone have basically mirrored abilities. The stone golems will take items out of chests and put them into a different chest that has a marker block next to it. And the clay golems will put items into a chest while taking items out of a chest that has a marker block next to it. These golems I have marked with different colors, which you can adjust using these symbols. They go for... the colors range from white to black and all colors in between. Pretty much any dye color they can be applied to that. And you can craft a marker block for each color dye. Alright. Now, these guys are basic intelligence golems as well. They naturally come with a slot to limit what they're able to interact with. I've limited these guys to interact with fences, these guys stone, cobblestone, and anything. As you can see, he is willing to take anything out of the chest, no matter what it is. But for this guy, I can load up with iron, he won't touch it, but fences, he'll take that out and carry it away. And as you can see, these guys are not taking any of the items that are in this chest out of it, because they are not their specific items. They will only go for... let's see, it was you have cobblestone. He will only go for cobblestone, and only in the orange marked chest. If I were to, oops, put the cobblestone into this chest, he's not going to touch it. As you see, the cobblestone's now out of this chest, and mostly in this chest, and he's ignoring it, because it's not an orange mark block. And same applies to this guy. He'll only interact with the white chest, and only if it is stone. Although for some reason he's now stopped. Oh, and they have a new damage texture that I did not know about. But they will regenerate that damage over time, so no need to worry about it. Moving on, we have tallow golems. Now, as far as I know, tallow golems only interact with these two bits of alchemy, along with buckets of water and glass vials. This guy, I've given the task of filling up a bucket of water out of this source block. And he's only taking the water from the area marked with this magenta marker. This guy also has a magenta marker, but he will only go to this chest, because he has got the job of filling bottles with essence, which I can demonstrate by throwing a couple bottles of essence in here, emptying it into there. And as you see, the water has been refilled thanks to this guy with his bucket. Now, right now he can't do anything because he doesn't have any glass vials. If I were to either give him glass vials directly or store them in the chest that he is assigned to, he will run over to grab them, fill the vials, and take them back. So you can almost automate your essence collecting. Anyway, moving on. Now, normally, in order to increase a golem's capacity for what they can interact with, you would have to make them with an intelligence score. For stone and clay golems, that increases their mental capacity to 3 items. However, you can also craft clay and stone golems with a brain in a jar. This gives you an advanced golem with the capacity for 6 objects they can interact with and places they can store them, which allows for a very fine-tuned sorting system if you create enough golems. Right now, they're only tasked with moving around these blue blocks. And one thing I do find funny is that since they were made with a brain in a jar, which comes from a zombie and is therefore full of evil thoughts, they will say some very interesting things. One of which is evil laughter. Another talking about golem uprisings. Very comical, in my opinion. Anyway, moving away from them, we are going to take a look at the iron golems. Now, these guys I do find very interesting. I love the way they look and admire their combat abilities. They naturally have a larger range of operation than a regular golem that you can make has. I believe the range of operations is about 14 to 15 blocks. Yes, I need to switch over to normal mode for this now. And we're going to go ahead and grab some zombies. Now when you place these golems, they simply will just stand still. You right click on them and they let you know that they will protect the area from hostile monsters. Now if I put this zombie here, oops, not quite where I meant to put him. Okay, he's dead. Alright, if I put him here, the golem will get ready and go to kill him. As you see, their attack is pretty much exactly the same as a full-sized iron golem, and it takes about 6 swings of their arms before they kill the zombie, not golem. However, if I were to use a strength-imbued golem, now normally the strength core will increase the amount of items a golem can carry. With an iron golem, it increases their strength directly. As you see, it took far less hits before they were able to kill that zombie. Oops. With a perceptive golem, again, the range of operation is increased. And I must say it is a pretty significant range increase, considering the range they already start with. And he seems to have glitched out. There you go. We'll leave him alive for now, because he's going to help us talk about the next set of items. And I'm not in the right menu. Now, aside from your basic golem cores, you can create upgrades for your golems that you can apply to them after they have been made. we have the top hat, the spectacles, the bow tie, the fez, and that's, well, these apply to all golems. The top hat increases the max amount of life your golem has, and not to mention looks pretty snazzy. The spectacles give a range boost. Now when you apply the spectacles to a golem that already has a range boost, they're able to operate at an even more significant range. For this guy, that range is about 18 blocks. Pretty much double what their standard range of operations is. And I didn't actually mention, but spectacles give a small range increase. For a non-perceptive golem, it's about 2 extra blocks. The bow tie gives an even more significant speed boost. Let's draw his attention so he turns around. Come on. Would you just turn around so we can see your bow tie? Yeah, turn. There you go. You can barely see it there on his chest. Anyway, the fez increases the regeneration rate of your golems, meaning that they'll heal up faster when they take damage. Anyway, moving on, we have 3 more upgrades which apply specifically to iron golems. That's because these are combat upgrades. Now first off we have a dart launcher. The dart launcher gives them the ability to shoot their target at range before engaging in combat. Not entirely accurate, but it allows them to get a few extra hits in before getting up close and personal. And I do love the fact that the darts are really tiny arrows. We also have iron plating, which increases their defense, and visors, which also increase their defense. And of course, if you want your iron golem to have extra life, go ahead and give them a top hat. Now, these upgrades come in multiple slots. They have a head slot, which goes for the fez or the top hat, the eye slot, which goes for the glasses or visor, and the chest slot, which goes for bow tie or iron chest. Then there's the arm slot for your iron golem so far. Now, let's give you a fight against something. Yeah, these guys are pretty tough when you get them fully upgraded. But enough about just basic golem knowledge. Let's take a look at a small-scale operation of how you can automate your golems. Now here we have 2 yellow clay golems assigned to this chest. And you have a green stone golem assigned to this chest. The clay golem on top is going to be putting iron ore into the top of the furnace, and the guy on the bottom is going to supply it with coal. And the stone golem is going to be taking iron ingots out from the side. Given the resources, they jump to work right away. And as soon as an iron ingot is made... Come on. Hurry up. There you go. He takes it out. And also, he will immediately take out the ore that is missing. Or resupply the ore that is missing. Alright, so that is a small look at how the golems work. You can go significantly more into automating your entire area with these guys if you so desired. But that is up to you. Personally, I just enjoy them for small scale stuff and sorting. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hope you found it useful. I will be releasing more Thaumcraft guides later on. Probably next week, yeah. So, hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and fave, and I'll see you next time. Take care and goodbye.